Our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. He who exercises government by means of his virtue may be compared to the North Polar Star, which keeps its place, and all the stars turn towards it. If I am walking with two other men, each of them will serve as my teacher. I will pick out the good points of the one and imitate them, and the bad points of the other and correct them in myself. The will to win, the desire to succeed, the urge to reach your full potential, these are the keys that will unlock the door to personal excellence. Better a diamond with a flaw and a pebble without. Respect yourself and others will respect you. Life is really simple, but we insist on making it complicated. Sincerity is the way of heaven. When anger rises, think of the consequences. Study the past if you would define the future. Wisdom, compassion, and courage are the three universally recognized moral qualities of men. It is easy to hate and it is difficult to love. This is how the whole scheme of things works. All good things are difficult to achieve, and bad things are very easy to get. Without feelings of respect, what is there to distinguish men from beasts? Roads were made for journeys, not destinations. When we see men of a contrary character, we should turn inwards and examine ourselves. By nature, men are nearly alike. By practice, they get to be wide apart. Hold faithfulness and sincerity as first principles. He who learns but does not think is lost. He who thinks but does not learn is in great danger. If you look into your own heart and you find nothing wrong there, what is there to worry about? What is there to fear? The more man meditates upon good thoughts, the better will be his world and the world at large. To see what is right and not to do it, is want of courage or of principle. Everything has beauty, but not everyone sees it. Choose a job you love, and you will never have to work a day in your life. Straightforwardness, without the rules of propriety, becomes rudeness. To be wealthy and honored in an unjust society is a disgrace. To go beyond is as wrong as to fall short. He who will not economize will have to agonize. We should feel sorrow, but not sink under its oppression. The journey with a 1,000 miles begins with one step. To understand yourself is the key to wisdom. Real knowledge is to know the extent of one's ignorance. A superior man is modest in his speech but exceeds in his actions. I hear and I forget. I see and I remember. I do and I understand. Do not let a leader lead you on a bad path. He who speaks without modesty will find it difficult to make his words good. Do not impose on others what you yourself do not desire. No matter how busy you may think you are, you must find time for reading, or surrender yourself to self-chosen ignorance. I slept and dreamt life is beauty, I woke and found life is duty. When it is obvious that the goals cannot be reached, don't adjust the goals, adjust the action steps. It does not matter how slowly you go so long as you do not stop. Have no friends not equal to yourself. What the superior man seeks is in himself, what the small man seeks is in others. Words are the voice of the heart. When you see a good person, think of becoming like her/him. When you see someone not so good, reflect on your own weak points. They must often change who would be constant in happiness or wisdom. Before you embark on a journey of revenge, dig 2 graves. Ignorance is the night of the mind, but a night without moon and star. Be not ashamed of mistakes and thus make them crimes. Silence is a true friend who never betrays. In a country well governed, poverty is something to be ashamed of. In a country badly governed, wealth is something to be ashamed of. Wheresoever you go, go with all your heart. Forget injuries, never forget kindnesses. The man who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. Love is like a spice. It can sweeten your life, however, it can spoil it too. Can there be a love which does not make demands on its object? If you make a mistake and do not correct it, this is called a mistake. True goodness springs from a man's own heart. All men are born good. A youth is to be regarded with respect. How do we know that his future will not be equal to our present?